Hello and welcome to Workers' Agenda, a public service talk show that provides information about labor matters in Canada. Ang inyong buong lingkod, Paulina Corpus. Ang agenda natin ngayong araw na ito ay tungkol sa Bill 148, ang Workplace Fairness and Jobs Act 2017. Ito pong bill na ito ay kasalukuyang tinatalakay ng Ontario Legislative Assembly at importante pong malaman natin kung ano ang mga nangyayari dito sa Bill 148 dahil ito po ay makakaapekto sa ating buhay bilang workers dito sa Ontario. Pero bago po yon, panoorin natin ang trivia. Ang trivia po ay isang tidbit tungkol sa labor history dito sa Canada. Let's watch it.
It's trivia time. During the economic depression of 1929 to 1939, young unemployed men had to work in government work camps for paltry wages in isolated locations. In pursuit of a living wage, workers in Vancouver abandoned the camps, launching a strike. After striking for 2 months with no relief in sight, they took their case directly to Ottawa, traveling by rail and on foot. This journey became known as the On to Ottawa Trek. The trek was stopped by the RCMP on orders from Ottawa, and after rioting and arrests of union leaders, the strike ended. Mackenzie King's Liberals won the next election and legislated against the repressive Conservative government, abolishing the camps. This epic strike and trip captured the hearts and minds of Canadians and gave birth to the unemployment insurance in 1940. Canada was the last major Western country to adopt an unemployment insurance system. Today, we refer to this system as employment insurance, EI. Research has shown that EI was the single most important economic stabilizer in the past 3 recessions. Did you know that?
Ngayon, alam na natin kung saan nanggaling ang employment insurance. Kung hindi sa mga sakripisyo ng mga workers noon, hindi natin matatamasa ang employment insurance ngayon. Doon sa ating trivia, sinabi kung hindi sa employment insurance, ang recession, 3 recession nung nakaraan, ang employment insurance ang stabilizer.
Ang union po ay napaka-importante sa ating trabaho para mabigyan ng proteksyon at kaligtasan ng bawat isa, lalo na sa kabubuti ng pamilya. Maraming salamat po.
Nagbabalik po ang Workers' Agenda. Paulina Corpus ang inyong lingkod. Salamat sa ating mga kababayan at mga Filipino workers na nagbigay ng kanilang message para sa mga labor issues at mga labor matters na nangyayari dito sa ating City of Toronto. Kasama ko po ngayon ang isang union organizer. She is 25 years in service, celebrating her 25 years anniversary sa isang local union po dito sa Toronto, sa United Steelworkers, 1998. Kaya 1998 kasi bahagi po siya ng nag-organisa ng local union na yun noong 1998. Ang aking pong gusto kong ipakilala sa inyo, si Tony Ayer. So welcome Tony sa ating programa. So alam naman natin ngayon ang ating tutok ay tungkol sa Bill 148 at yan ang tinatawag nating Workplace Fairness and Jobs 2017. So bigyan mo kami ng ng tawag dito. Ipaliwanag mo sa amin kung ano yung Bill 148.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat at maraming salamat Paulina sa pag-imbita mo sa akin para makapagsalita tungkol sa Bill 148 regarding at the Workers' Agenda program. Actually, after the Bill 148 is good for workers and it could be better. This is a result of an intense effort to fix the outdated Labor Law and Employment Standard Act in Ontario. Bill 148 has been introduced and an increase to $15 $15 minimum wage has been announced to be effective on January 2019. Ito ay nangyari kasi too many people are finding it hard to get a decent job today. And many profitable companies have created a business model that really reflects just the profit for them. And this bill has come about to the initiative of all the efforts of thousands of workers in bargaining, on the picket line, at rallies, through different things, an ongoing MPP letters, and to the effort of the Federation of Labor and the labor communities and the community at large.
So Bill 148, is it just the minimum wage or does it cover all other things in the Employment Standard Act?
Oh no, that's why if Bill 148 is passed, there would be equal pay for part-time and contract and temp workers as full-time employees doing the same job. 3 weeks vacation after 5 years, 10 emergency leave days. Right now we only have 2. Better scheduling rights, fairer rules for people to join a union, job and standards protected when contracts are re-tendered, fair return to work rights after a labor dispute, a commitment to stronger enforcement of the Employment Standard Act.
So, ang dami-dami palang kasama dyan sa Bill 148 na yan. So, ano ang status niyan ngayon? Nasa first reading pa lang yan? Second reading? Nasa
Ngayon ay nasa second reading na ito. And actually, that's why with the second reading, the people that are the MPPs or the government that are involved in reviewing the bill are going through it clause by clause. And that's why this is the opportunity, and we're still fighting for a lot of amendments.
Oh, okay.
And here are some of the examples, the amendments that we are working as union and other, the communities and the labor movement. Stronger language for equal pay for equal work. Remove employer exemptions to scheduling practices. Equal card-based certification to all workers across the province, not just some. Because right now there's only there's only selected sectors. Yung industrial sectors, the temp agency, contracting, and other in precarious jobs right now. Provide better workplace information when you would like to unionize. Provide automatic rights to first contract arbitration. Paid leave for survivors of domestic and or sexual violence. Stronger protections for temp agency workers. Marami pang kailangang amendments kahit na maganda ngayon ang Bill 148, but it could be better because it's not covering all the protections that we need as workers. Because it's been outdated, and to actually ensure the commitment of this government, they need to listen to all these amendments to make sure that the Labor Standard Act and the Employment Standard Act are actually being modernized or updated to reflect the changing workplace in this province at the moment.
So, sabi mo, updated. When was it last updated?
It was actually, the Labor Standard Act was first done in 1995. Labor Standard Act is 1995. So between the two of them, it's actually, for the past 20 years, it was never been touched. So that's why when the Changing Workplace Review was actually initiated by this government, which is the Ontario government, because they realized that it's not within it's not covering the whole aspect of the workers.
Okay, I'd like to focus on minimum wage. Because when I was watching yung Ontario Legislative Assembly discussions yesterday, there's so much discussion about, should we raise the minimum wage or not, or should we do it, really slowly? So what do you think about that? What is it really that beneficial for the society to have the minimum wage increased to 15?
It is because, like, even though they were saying some of the administrators of the Chamber of Commerce, especially, they have said that like there will be a lot of loss of jobs, but they are not realizing. But because of the increase in wages, it improves the economy and improves the lifestyle of these people. Kaya kung maganda ang ating sweldo, marami tayong disposable income, which like revolved in the economy itself,
Yeah. Yeah. How many workers will be affected by the minimum wage increase? Do you know?
There'll be a lot. Like right now, they were actually saying there was about 500 or 500,000 workers, but I'm not just sure, is that the one that they say they're going to lose the jobs? Or I think there are a lot of precarious workers right now. And that's why the government initiated the Changing Workplace Review, because there's a lot of temp agencies, a lot of people that are like in casual work.
Yeah. So minimum wage really, if you increase to 15, gives a higher buying power for the ordinary workers, and
course.
because people will, it's workers who are here, so they are spending their money in the local economy.
And
it's not the really rich people who go out and go on vacation and spend their money outside of the local
Yes,
economy. So
yes.
it will really help in yung flow ng ating economy to become better. Yeah. So yeah.
Well,
I
it's
can
just like
see.
if it's just plain economics, like if you have more disposable income, you have better buying power, and then it like reflect on kasi magagastos mo, so it create more jobs because like you're spending it in your community and in the area where you live and in Ontario.
Yeah. So hold on to that thought. Magbabalik po kami at itutuloy natin ang ating conversation with Tony I. Kasama ko pa rin si Tony R. at pinag-uusapan pa rin namin ang Bill 148. So Tony, bakit mahalaga na ang mga workers, both unionized and non-unionized, ay suportahan ang Bill 148?
Talagang mahalaga ito sa ating lahat. Kasi pag napasa itong Bill 148 and hopefully ang mga amendments na ipinupursige ng mga labor movement and unions, ang makikinabang ay tayong mga unionized workers and non-unionized workers. Kasi kayong mga hindi nakasama sa union, ito lang ang inyong mga proteksyon. Ang mga union members, they have collective bargaining, which they can like ask for more benefits, more job security, higher wages. But kayong mga hindi unionado, kailangan nating suportahan ito kasi ito lang ang inyong proteksyon. Kaya ngayong araw na ito, ang aming pakinawag sa inyo ay we ask for your support. To support this bill and to contact everyone deserves fairness at work. And you can go to the laborcouncil.ca. I want Bill 148 hashtag or makeitfair.ca. And right now, we have a chance as membro ng Filipino workers, and we're asking you to write to your MPPs. Contact at Make It Fair. Meron ng sulat doon para kay Kathleen Wynn asking for the amendments that I just mentioned before. And please, this is our chance to say our voice or to be heard what we need as workers of this province.
Yeah. Especially, sinabi mo kanina, it took 25 years for them to
For them.
update the Employment Standards Act
And the labor.
and the Labor Relations Act. So this is really a historical and critical period for us to support
To be
this
heard.
because hindi natin alam when will be the next one na ma-update yung ano na yan, yung law na yan, right?
That's
And
right.
it may be also for our children and our grandchildren who will be by that time our workers of this province.
Yes.
So I'm with you. We need to support the Bill 148, which is called Workplace Fairness and Job 2017
Yes.
Act.
Yes.
Do you have any other call to action for the workers aside from the checking of the websites? What is the other thing that they can do?
Actually, they can also attend the hearing, which is they will do a reading of clause by clause, and that's actually at Queen's Park. So, like, if you want to find out more about it, we can actually do an information through the Filipino Workers Network. You can contact us that, or through the Labor Council or the Ontario Federation of Labor. Yeah.
Most important though, they have to call their MPP.
MPPs, yeah.
Yes, and do a phone barrage or phone campaign.
Yes, yes.
Letter writing,
Yes.
which is
Already in
the what's this one? Make it
Make
fair.
it fair,
Make
yeah.
it fair website.
All you have to do is to provide your name. Once you click it, you will you just put your name, your email, and your postal code, and send it, and then automatically your MPP will show. So we ask for your support, and like urgently asking for your support for Bill 148, because we all benefit from this.
So thank you, Tony. And before we really end the program, let's watch this workers' story. Ito po ay isang bahagi ng ating programa na nagbibigay po ng feature stories sa ating mga community leaders and labor leaders or mga pangkasalukuyang mga issue na nangyayari po hindi lang dito sa Ontario kundi po sa buong Canada.
Hi, magandang araw po sa inyo. Ako po si Alex Banaag, Union Organizer po and National Representative ng UFCW Canada. Ako po ang organizer dito po sa Ontario. Dumating po ako sa Canada noong 1998. Nagtrabaho po ako sa Maple Lodge Farms. Doon po sa Maple Lodge Farms, doon po nag-start yung aking labor experience. Naging steward po ako doon for almost 6 years. And then na-hire po ako as a special project union representative sa organizing din po. And then na-hire po ako ng National UFCW Canada as a organizer for more than 10 years na po. So ang trabaho ko po as an organizer is nagpupunta po ako sa iba't ibang probinsya po dito sa Canada upang tumulong po sa mga Pilipino. Advocate din po ako ng temporary foreign worker at na-nominate po ako bilang representative po ng Minority Coalition po sa Washington, D.C. So, ang trabaho ko po mainly is mag-advocate po at tumulong po sa mga magagawang Pilipino. Dito po sa Canada, sa Toronto, ang aking objective po is matulungan po ang mga nagtatrabaho po sa temporary agency workers na makakuha po ng magandang trabaho, magandang full-time at magandang sahod.
I appreciate your coming, Tony, and lots of knowledge that I've gained from you sa sharing mo tungkol sa Bill 148. So the program is coming to a close. So do you still have any message to our manonood?
Ang gusto kong pasalamatan kay Paulina to the Workers Agenda para masabi sa inyo ang kagandahan at how important it is, the Bill 148. As Paulina had mentioned before, this is such a historical event in this province because after 20 years, two decades of not really doing anything, they are trying to improve the workplace situation, to have a good working environment, good standard of living, and we ask for your support. I could not emphasize this any further, that we need your support to contact your MPP, call them, and send all the emails to your friends to let them know how important Bill 148 and how it will benefit non-union and union workers.
So, salamat ulit, Tony. Sa ating pong manonood, lalong-lalo na po yung mga nagtatrabaho dito sa Ontario, pasusundan ko po ang panawagan ni Tony. Kailangan natin pong kumilos at ipaalam sa ating mga MPP or kung hindi pa kayo citizen dito, ang inyong mga kaibigan na sana itulak nyo sila para tawagin ang mga MPP natin na suportahan ang Bill 148. Marami pong kaginhawaan ang maidudulot ng Bill 148. Unang-una dyan, yung minimum wage. Pangalawa, yung emergency leave at 2 araw yung paid. Meron din sa mga mas madaling mag-organisa ng mga union. Marami pa pong iba. Kailangan suportahan po natin ang kampanya para dito sa Bill 148 na ito. Sa susunod pong episode, abangan ang pagtalakay pa rin sa Bill 148. Pero ang tututukan natin sa Bill 148 na yon ay tungkol sa paano mapadali ang pag-organisa ng union, ano ba yung tinatawag nating scheduling rights or ano ba yung tinatawag nating succession rights. Lalong-lalo na po yung mga workers na nasa agency, mga temporary, or mga contract workers. So yun po ang susunod nating topic next week. So ito po ang inyong lingkod, Paulina Corpus. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas! Mabuhay ang manggagawang Pilipino!